Okay, candidate. So we were already familiar with the concept of CRUD operation, right? How to particularly create a table, how to read if we want to read a data of all particular records of a table. If I want to particularly update any data or whether multiple data, then I can just use the update operation or update statement, right? And same case like similar with the delete operation. Delete is useful when we want to delete a particular data and when we want to delete a multiple records. Yes or no? Drop is useful when we want to particularly drop a complete table. Yes or no, Pradeep sir, right? What exactly are differences between truncate command and a delete command, Mohit? I think we have already performed all these statements, right? So what do you understand by like the differences between truncate command and a delete command? Any candidates? Can you just let me know?
So delete command delete the rows of the table, but truncate is delete the like rows and schema also.
Truncate delete schemas also, is it,
Yes, yes,
Mohit?
yes, yes.
Okay, what do you understand by schema, Pradeep sir? Schema means can truncate
Table,
statement delete
yes,
column headers also?
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, is
Table.
it? I don't think so. It like particularly remove column headers. Truncate generally just delete all the records in one go and delete records iteratively. Iteratively means one
One by
record at
one.
a time.
Yes,
And truncate delete complete records at a time, right? And no one particularly deletes schema of a table. If we want to particularly delete schema, we have to use a drop command. Okay, Shivani, drop table and with the name of table name,
table
whatever
name.
the table that we want to drop, right? Okay, now, so candidate, our database name was Noida database, right? And inside Noida database, we have created employee table, and within employee table we have like no like particularly we have created student details, and within student details we have multiple values which is 5 rows. So let me just refresh this whether we have a Noida database or not. IJKLMN. Yes, we have Noida databases, right? Okay, guys. So what is our particularly today's topic? Let me start with show tables command, which is generally give me the result of all the tables present inside Noida databases. Use Noida, we'll write, and I'll just pass show tables. And Mohit, it will give me the list of multiple tables that is present inside Noida databases. Okay. Now I can just simply write select star from Noida dot student details, right? And I know that I have 5 different rows with student ID, student name, class address, and phone number, right? Now, Pradeep sir, what exactly our today topic is? Today topic, guys, we will perform the alter operation, right? Alter statement, STATEMENT. What exactly we can perform with alter statement? Suppose if I want to rename my table rename, I can perform with alter statement. I can add column inside table. I can drop column. Okay. I can change column data types. Data types means data types. In fact, I can add constraint also, right? We can add column constraint. If I am saying constraint, that means I can definitely change the data types or whatever the constraint that I have given, whether like particularly suppose if I have given that like my particular student name can only contain characters up to 20 lengths, right? So I can particularly change that constraint. Okay, add column constraint, and we can drop or delete this constraint also, right? Now suppose I want to particularly give any default data, so I can perform the same in alter statement. And any issue related to this? Now we have two different approach to particularly perform this. The first one is called GUI approach, right? GUI, which is called graphical user interface, and the second one is called query approach. Guys, whatever approach that we are going to be we are going to perform, all those approach are similar because at the end we have to write query for each approach, right? Now let me just start with query like GUI approach. So suppose, Mohit, am I audible? Candidates?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is my
Yes, sir.
table name like student details. I want to particularly rename this table, right, Mohit? So I'll just simply click on this setting button and it will open this GUI, right? This is the table GUI. Pradeep sir, you can just simply rename this, right? Student details. Suppose I want to rename like this, student details final table. Can I just rename like this, Pradeep sir? Student details final table. Shivani, I don't want to particularly do any extra changes. I just only want to give just basic rename of this table name. Yes or no? Guys, you will find that there is a apply button. If you just simply click on this, it will give you a complete query. So Mohit, what do you understand with this like a particularly step? So when we click GUI and if we want to particularly rename our table with the help of GUI approach, we can just simply perform, but at the end, this query will going to be run, right? Alter table, and Pradeep sir, this is the final query statement. If I want to particularly rename my table name with the help of query, I can just simply write this query. Okay, Pamay? Pama, am I audible, right? So what you have to do, Mohit, alter table. This is the fixed statement that you have to write. And then with the old table name. What exactly the old table name is? Noida database dot student details. Then you have to write rename to, and you can just simply give present database and the current name, whatever you want, right? And if I just simply click on this apply button, can anyone let me know what do you understand by this backticks? Any candidates? Pradeep sir, Pamay, Mohit, Shivani?
So it is using to make it as a string.
No, this is not a string, Mohit. It is a particularly statement procedure. Suppose if there is like space between this student and details, this is a syntax that will not give me an error. If I just remove this backtick, this will be considered as a two different statement, student and space details, right? If I want to make this a complete single statement, that's why I have to use this backtick. Yes or no, guys? Everything's clear?
Yes,
Why
yes, sir.
we are
Yes, sir.
using this backtick tells particularly that you have to consider this statement as a single statement because there is a space between these statements, right? So that's why it is mandatory or it is recommended to always use underscore, so that if like if any condition, if we forget to particularly give this backticks, that this will not give me that much error, right? So that's why this quotes is important. This backtick is important. And Mohit, this is not a string. Everything's clear, guys? Yes or no? Any doubt? No.
Sir, can we use codes here?
So we cannot use quotes because quotes generally consider this statement as a string and this is not a string, right?
Yes, sir.
And where you will find this backtick, this is like below the escape button, ESC button, right? Okay, now you can just simply copy this query and just click on this apply. If everything's good, this will again give you the like result, and just now click on this finish button and just simply press Ctrl W. It will like particularly close that setting tab, and if you now check, this is your final table name. Pradeep sir, if I just want to run this query, will this query give me result or not? Mohit, can I get answer from this
No,
query
sir.
if I just run this,
No, no, sir, no.
or I'll get like error?
Yes, you get
Why?
the
Because this
table
here,
name is changed.
yeah, because we have changed our table name and there is no such table name, right?
Yes.
So let me just run this and you are getting an error and it says table Noida database student underscore detail does not exist. Now what I can do, Mohit, I can just simply write select star from Noida dot, and my table name is students underscore details underscore final underscore table. Yes or no? From. Now this is your answer. Mohit, any doubt? Amin?
No, sir.
Any candidates? No? Right? So Pradeep sir, what exactly alter query is? This is your alter query, right? Very basic, right? Alter table. Mohit, suppose I want to particularly change this name to the older name, right? Again, I can just simply use alter statement, right? So candidate, I'll just only give you the GUI approach because you know that this particularly GUI approach gives you the SQL statement and query, right? And you can just simply run this query, yes or no? If you want to practice more and more, right?
Yes, sir.
Pradeep sir, just simply write alter table. Now, guys, it's not mandatory to particularly give backticks if there is no such spaces inside like any database name or table name. Alter table Noida and with your present table name. This is your present table name. Like Mohit, is it like particularly required to use this backtick? As of now, no, because we have
No, sir.
particularly used underscore over there, right? Now what you have to do, just write rename to and with present table name. And you can just simply give student details. Yes or no? Ame, any doubt if I'm audible? Okay guys, I'll just simply run this and now you have to just click on this button. This will refresh the like cache value and you will get the final name of table which is students table. Pradeep sir, any doubt?
No, Sunny.
So what is the query to particularly rename a table, Mohit?
Alter table and rename to.
Alter table, then old table name, and then
Rename to and new
rename
to.
to with new table name, right? And passing database name is mandatory. Otherwise, you have to again click right use statement. Yes or no? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Student details. Why particularly guys am I getting an error? Students details. And this is student details. Okay, we have to write ignore this. Okay, perfect candidate. Now second, Mohit, I want to give additional column to my table, right? I know that I have already created a schema. Pradeep sir, yes or no? I have already particularly given table. Now I want to add a new column, right? So candidate just click on this setting button. Now Mohit just simply click on this blank area. What additional column you want to give? Mohit, just let me know. We have already student ID, student name, class, address, phone number. Can I just give section, guys? Yes or no? Section, any
Yes.
basic column? Now I know that I can just simply change varchar type also. Suppose I want to make it 5 up to 5 character only. Shivani and Pamit, this is called constraint, Mohit, okay? And what exactly the full form of these constraints are given there, right? PK is called, Pradeep sir, primary key, right? NN is called not null. UQ is unique. B is binary, right? UN is unsigned. ZF is zero fill. AI is not artificial intelligence. It's auto increment. G is generated, right? It will generate values at runtime. I'll particularly give you all concept related to this constraint, right? Now Mohit, this time I just only want you to particularly add this column and I don't want to add any constraint as of now. Is it? Yes or no? Now I'll just
Yes.
simply click on this apply button. Again, this apply button give me the SQL statement and this is a SQL statement if I want to particularly add a new column name. Deep sir, can you explain this statement? Very easy, very basic.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Can you explain this SQL statement?
So alter table name.
Okay, so Mohit, what exactly you found over there, right? You find that if we are working on alter table, you have to definitely give this statement. Yes or no? This is the
Yes.
fixed statement.
Yes.
If we are working on any alteration, we have to give this alter table table name, alter table table name, and then after that we can decide what different concept that we want to perform, right? Now this time I don't want to particularly rename. I want to give an additional column. So I'll just simply use
Add
add
column.
column, and add column followed by with column name. Yes or no, Mohit? Okay, because I
Yes, sir.
know that there is no such spaces between these sections, can I just simply ignore this backtick, Mohit?
Yes, sir.
Now, what exactly meaning of varchar? I think I have already explained it to you guys, right? And this is called constraint. Shivani and Pamay. If I am audible, this is just a constraint, right? What do you understand by this, Mohit? Null. What is this null, Pradeep sir? Mohit, any guess?
Sir, section column can be null.
It says this
Blank
section column can accept null value
null
also. Yes
values
or no?
also. Yes.
If I don't want
Yes.
to particularly give section value, that time this null value can be considered automatically, or it can be filled automatically. Can I say this statement,
Yes.
Mohit? Yes or no? Now, what is
Yes.
this after phone number? This is the position of new column. And suppose if you want to particularly change this column position to after class column, now what you have to write, Mohito, over there? Can I just simply write, instead of phone number, you have to particularly place this column at or after class column? Can I say this, Mohit?
Yes, sir.
Right? So this after is just a position statement, right? Now this is a very basic query which generally particularly helps you to create an additional column of an existing table, right? Now let me just copy this, and I'll just simply click on this apply button, then finish button. Now just hit Control W from your keyboard, and just if I just run this, and this is the answer. Yes or no? Because at last moment I
Yes.
have particularly changed the position. That's why I am getting this section after this class. Yes or no, Pradeep sir?
Yes, sir.
Great. Any doubt?
No.
Any other candidates? Is there any
No,
question
sir.
or queries related to this topic?
No, sir.
Shivani,
No,
Pamay?
sir.
No? So guys, as of now, we have particularly performed two types of operation. The first, how can we particularly rename a table name, and how can we particularly add any additional column. Okay. Now suppose, Shivani, I want to particularly add an additional column not after this student ID. I want to make it this a first column. Yes or no? So Mohit, what you have to do? Let me first just comment this one. Okay, so for that, Mohit, you have to write alter table and then database dot table name. And Pradeep sir, you have to write odd add column, and then what column you want to add. Suppose I want to give uh, role ID. Okay, this is my role ID. Okay, Mohit. Now this role
Yes.
ID is of integer type, right? And it cannot contain null values. So I'll just write not null.
No.
Is there any issue? No.
No.
Now I want to make this as a first column. So I'll just simply write first. Yes or no? Is there any doubt? This
No.
because
No.
Mohit, if I want to make this role ID a first column, of course there is no such previous column. Yes or no? I cannot just say
Yes.
that you have to create this column after student ID, because I want to make this column a first column, right? So that's why I have to write this first statement, or I cannot just simply say before student ID. This is not like that, right?
Yes,
Any
sir.
doubt? No. Can it, if I just run this, and let me just run this, right? And it will give me the basic zero value. Pradeep sir, why the value is zero? Because I am saying it cannot contain null value and I am not giving any default value. And it by default picked one value which is zero.
Zero.
Yes or no? Mohit,
Yes.
any doubt? And
No, sir.
you are particularly seeing that this role ID is just before this student ID. So you cannot just simply say before statement. You have to write this first statement. Pamay, if I'm audible, let me know any doubt or issues related to this topic. Shivani,
No, sir.
Pradeep sir.
No, sir.
Okay.
Sir, can we use the like first or second, third, this type of?
No,
No?
we can only use first statement if I want to make my column as first column, right?
Okay.
Suppose I want to make this as second column. Okay. Let me give my column, new column as role ID 2. Okay, Mohit? And here you are seeing that it's prompting me an error. Yes or no? Right? Cross check. Yes or no, Pradeep sir?
Yes, yes.
So
Yeah.
if you just run this again, you will get an error, right? Syntax error. So you cannot say like this, right? Of course, if you want to particularly add this column after any column, you can just simply write after role ID. Okay, Mohit?
So can we run this without giving position?
Without giving position. We can run this without giving position, but it will by default add in last, right? Let me check.
Yes, sir.
This is like list append method. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So if particularly we want to, if we don't want to particularly add any specific position, I can just simply give this. If I want to particularly add column at a specific position, right? I can just simply write after this or without giving any position. Like if I want to make this as first column, we have to make sure that you will write first statement, right? Can it? Any doubt? No. And
No.
now the third thing that you can perform is default value. Suppose I want to again create a new column with role ID 3 and Shivani, I want to give a default value for each value, right? I'll just write default. And what exactly my default value is? Suppose my default value is 100. I can just simply give default 100. Yes or no, Mohit? Very easy, right? Let me
Yes,
just
sir.
run this. And let me just check my table again and it will give me role ID 3 with default value. Pradeep sir, any doubt?
No, sir. No.
Easy?
Yes.
Okay. Now Mohit, we have particularly created four unwanted columns, right? Role ID, section, role ID 2 and role ID 3. Of course, we want to delete this, yes or no? Right?
Yes, sir.
So either you can choose GUI approach, very easy, right? Or you can just simply choose query approach, right? Why I'm telling you to particularly if you are right now because you are learning, you have to make sure that we have two different approaches, right? So first practice with this approach, and then once you are particularly confident with this approach, then you can just simply write SQL queries. So now alter table because we know that this is the fixed statement. Yes or no, Mohit? Alter table. I want to take particularly alter my table, which is Noida student details. Now this time, Pradeep sir, then my specific requirement is to drop this. Yes or no? So I'll write drop column. And what column I want to drop, Mohit? Let me write roll underscore ID. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
If I just run this, and if I run this previous statement, you will find that there is no such role ID column. Yes or no, Shivani? Now my question is,
Yes, sir.
Pradeep sir, can I particularly drop multiple column? Drop column role ID, comma. Right now there is no such role ID. So let me just write this underscore 2, comma section, comma role underscore ID underscore 3. Can I write this, Mohit? No, yes or no? It will may
No.
be prompt like this is
Yes.
syntax error, and if you just run this again, it will be an error, right? Okay. Now second, so we cannot particularly write this. Okay. If sir, my second question is, okay, instead of this, can I say again drop column section? Again, it's giving me an error, right? So why this is something, because we cannot particularly drop like this. We can either use GUI approach, or I can just simply write multiple alter statement. Let me just show you in this way. Ivani, suppose I want to delete this, so I'll just simply click right and particularly delete selected. Let me just click this role ID, delete selected. Space section also delete selected. Now Mohit, suppose I want to, if I just click on this apply button, it's giving me three different ways, right? Like this, drop column and drop column, and the same ways I was explaining, right? Yes or no, Pradeep sir? We have to write this multiple drop column statement again and again. Any doubt, guys?
No, sir.
Suppose I want to drop any additional column. I know that I have not selected any of this column, but I want to drop it explicitly. Can I drop it? Yes or no? Right?
Yes, sir.
Suppose I want to drop this uh, phone number, right? I can just simply write this also, right? And let me just copy this, click on this apply. What exactly the error? Is there any comma missing? Click on this apply, drop column phone phone number, number, right? Okay. I think we have particularly missed a comma, right? Finish. Perfect, Mohit.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you particularly run this statement, select star from, you'll find there is no such phone number column. Yes or no? Okay. Shivani, any doubt? So in this
No,
way,
sir.
we can drop any column, right? Any multiple columns. Now, guys, we have particularly performed how to create, how to add new column, how to drop new column. Now, Mohit, I want to change my column name, right? So just click on this. Very easy, right? Very easy. Pradeep sir, suppose if you want to change this address to new address, right? Let me just simply double click on it, and I can just simply write new address. Just enter and then click on this apply. Mohit, you will find there is no such changes, but there is just little changes, which is alter table and change column. Yes or no, Pradeep sir? What do you understand with this, like this statement? So you are saying I'm altering table, and this time I am changing this column. Which column? Address. With which column? With new underscore
No,
address.
yes.
Now, right?
Yes.
And this again, you have to write the multiple, particularly data types, any conditional statements, right? If there is any constraint or any default value you want to give, because this time the default value is null, so it's just simply giving me the null values. Yes or no? So what exactly the change column statement is, Mohit?
So for renaming the column.
Yes, it's for rename, right?
Yes, sir.
Ah, alter table and then change column. Change column is similar as rename column, right? Because in this statement we can change any constraint also. Suppose I want to make this null value because I am changing this address to a new address. Suppose I want to make this default value which is Noida. If any students don't give me an address, this Noida will be picked automatically. Shivani, can I say this?
Yes, sir.
Right, good. Now just click on this apply button and just cross this, and let me just comment this out. Select star from Noida dot student underscore details. Students, not students, just students, right? And this is my particularly change column step. It's working. Yes or no, Mohit? Now your address has been changed to new address. Pradeep sir, any doubt? Pamay? Pamay, are you there? Okay. Mohit, any doubt? Shivani?
No, sir.
Pradeep sir, no. Good.
No, sir. No.
Perfect, guys. Now, guys, we have particularly applied this concept, which is default value is equals to Noida. Let me just show you how particularly this concept works. Suppose I want to insert a new record. Insert into. What is the query, Mohit? Particularly insert a new record. Insert
Insert
into
into table name.
table name. What is my table name? Noida dot
Student
student
details.
details. Then we have to write this values, right? Yes or no?
Yes,
Is
sir.
it? We have two different concepts for this, guys. Let me just show you one by one. So Pradeep sir, if I just simply write this, insert into table name values, candidate, you have to give complete tuple value, right?
Yes.
Suppose
We
I
can
want,
insert all the column
right, you have to
values.
give all tuple values. So
Yes.
6 is your new student ID, right? Amit Khanna is a new student name and he is in class 10, and I don't want to particularly store, I don't want to particularly give address, right? So I cannot just simply ignore this. It definitely it will give me an error, right? Let me just run this. And Mohit, you are particularly getting an error, right? Yes or no? Column count
Yes,
does
sir.
not match. Now, how to particularly resolve this issue? We have two different approach for this, right? Either I can decide what different values that I am passing, or I can just simply give the default statement, because I know that for address I have used default constraint. Yes or no? And
Yes, sir.
Pradeep sir, I am saying whatever the default values that has been designed by the user or the developer is picked automatically. Yes or no?
Yes.
Now, if you just run this, Mohit, there is no such error or issue. Now, let me show you the table, and you are getting a Noida answer. Yes or no? Amit Khanna, and with the default value, which is Noida
Noida.
itself. Shivani, any doubt?
No, sir.
No. Now, Mohit, second approach, because you don't want to particularly write default, default, and default again and again. Yes or no? Suppose we have multiple columns, and in multiple columns we have created default values, right? So I don't want to write this statement again and again. Yes or no? So what I'll do,
Yes, sir.
I can just simply say student.
Column name.
Yeah,
Column name
perfect.
before values.
I'll just simply use the schema concept, which is
Yes.
I'll just give the schemas or the column name, right? In which column name I just want particularly to store a new value. Pradeep sir, I can just simply write student underscore ID. You have to give student ID. Then Mohit, you have to give student name, and then class, right? And then you can just simply say values, and there is no such requirement of this statement. Yes or no? You can just simply say this is your seventh student, Bhaskar, right? And he is in class 12. Okay, perfect, Mohit. If you just run this, there is no such error,
Yes, sir.
and you can see student ID with 7, name is Bhaskar, he is in class 12, and by default address is Noida.
Okay.
I think everything's clear, guys. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right? So if yes, any question, guys?
No.
No, sir.
Mohit, Shivani?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, good. So if particularly I want to insert a new record, either I can use this approach, but in this approach you have to pass a complete rows of tuple, right? And if particularly I want to insert a selective records, so first of all for that you have to decide this column headers, right? In these column headers I'll passing these values, right? So this is the second approach, candidate. Yes or no? Let me just show you uh, how to particularly use constraint or add constraint, right? Okay. Suppose I want to particularly auto increase in value, right? Auto increment value. So suppose this is my role ID. Okay, Pradeep sir. And this role
Yes.
ID is of integer in nature. I'll just click on this, Mohit. AI. AI says auto increment, right? And by
Yes.
default, if because as of now, this is not like that we have only one new values, right? We have already some sort of values in our database, right? So I'll just simply give 0 for all values, and for next I'll just simply use auto increment. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So just simply click on this, and because we are adding new column and it says role ID integer null and default value is 0 and after is this, right? And candidate, we have to click on this auto increment, right? So if we are clicking on this auto increments, I cannot just simply give the default expression. Why, Pradeep sir? Because the auto increment is a counter variable, right? It can be filled automatically. But if you are giving the default values, how it can be filled automatically, right? That's why you cannot particularly call two different statements at once. Any doubt, guys? So right now I am just showing you how to use AI approach. Just simply click on this and it says, Shivani, add column, role ID, integer, and it can accept null values and it is an auto increment and this column is after new address. Mohit, any doubt related to this?
No, sir.
So auto increment is just a basic constraint, right? If you just simply click on this, there might be some error. Let me check. Okay, and what exactly the error is? There was an error while applying the SQL script executing add column new address, right? Increment after new address. Incorrect table definition. There can be only one auto column and it must be defined as a key, right? Very good, particularly message candidate, right? What exactly this error is showing? Pradeep sir, it's saying that if you are particularly auto increasing a column, it should be a primary key. Yes or no? So you have to click on this as primary key because you are particularly selectively making this as a primary key. So it should be at top of the all columns. Yes or no? Shivani, because this is your primary key column, right? So candidate, it should be like particularly student ID should be the primary key. So Mohit, I can do one thing. Either I can like particularly create a role ID for new primary column, or I can just simply assign primary key not null and AI to this. Let me just remove this first to this particularly this statement, right? And it says you can have only one primary key at a time. Let me just remove this and I'll something want to create this. Can I just say this, Pradeep sir? Right? Candidate, as of now, I don't want to particularly give a new column. I am just saying, Shivani, because we have already an existing column which is student ID, Let's make this column as PK. What do you understand by PK means? Candidate.
Primary, primary key.
Primary key.
Primary key. And what exactly the meaning of primary key, Mohit? A
Sir, it
primary key
contained in
cannot
the
Unique and
contain
not
This
any
null.
that
value, right?
cannot be null.
Of course, it cannot contain null values. It must not be like empty, okay?
sir,
And
it is
it should
unique.
be unique in nature, yes or no,
Yes.
right? And this particularly columns helps you to create a relationship or to establish a join with another table, right? So I'll just simply pass this student ID as AI. So candidate, before like particularly executing this statement, let me just clear my all records, right? So I'll just simply say Pradeep sir, truncate. Okay, although I have already like written a statement, I'll just simply run this. Truncate student details. Okay, Mohit. Now either you can use this approach also, or you can use control enter approach, right? Student details does not exist. Okay, it's student, right? Noida dot. Okay. Now, Shivani, you can just simply apply this. And candidates, it's something like this, right? So alter table, we are changing column student ID to student ID because there is no such change in name. So old and the new name look similar. We are particularly assigning data type with not null and auto increment constraint, and we are adding this as a primary key, right? I'll just simply click on this. Okay, finish this. Press Control W. Now, if you just run this, select star from Noida dot. So Pradeep sir, there is no such value as of now, right? Because we have truncated our data, right? Okay, Mohit.
Thank you,
Now,
sir.
because I know that student ID is auto incremented, right? So I'll not pass any student ID. Pradeep sir, yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'll just simply say insert into Noida dot student details, and I'll pass the schema, right? Wait, let me know the schema that I have to give. Student
So
name,
the column,
right? Because the student ID is auto incremented, so I'll not pick this, right? Student name, class, and the final one is new address. Yes or no? Shivani, any doubt? Simply write
No, sir.
address and give tuple. Student name is Ravi, class is 12, and address is Delhi, right? Copy this, paste this, paste this, paste, and paste, right? Now this is Sahil, he's in class 11. This is Aditi, she's in class 10. This is mm, this is Dipali, right? Dipali, and Mohit, Greater Noida, New Delhi. Okay, Mohit, suppose I want to give this as a default value. I think we have used this default statement, yes or no?
yes, sir.
Default. And this is your final statement, right? Close this with terminator. So if you just run this query, is the issue, right? What exactly the issue?
So spelling of Noida.
Unknown database, right? Okay, this is Noida, not Noid. Okay, now if you run this, all queries are successfully executed. Now, if you just simply run this, guys, right now we have not particularly given any student ID, right? But it will pick automatically. Yes or no, Pradeep sir? This feature is called auto increment. With any doubt? So if I just simply insert any new records, is I like particularly no need to give student ID. This can be picked automatically, which is auto incremented. Mohit, any doubt? Shivani? No.
No, sir.
Okay. Now we have a concept which is called like a unique or unsigned, right? Unsigned means a particularly negative values, right? Zero fill. I can use zero fill constraints. Let me just show this. For example, this is my salary, right? And I want to make this as integer and this is as zero fill, right? Okay. Just simply click on this apply, and this is the basic statement. Add column with new column name, and this is the data type, and with constraint 0, and this is the position, right? Let's click on this apply, finish this. Now if you just run this, there is a new additional column which is salary, right? And this salary is of zero fill. Yes or no? Okay, candidate. Now how exactly it works? It's particularly same as zfill in Python, right? I think you guys are already aware of zfill in Python, right? Zfill particularly fill a string with zeros. In the same way, it try to maintain a uniformity of a column width, right? If the column, like if the salary is of two variable or the two length, so it will like particularly look like unsymmetrically. So it will fill all two values with the rest zeros to make it a particular uniform. Okay, candidate? Let me just
Yes,
show
sir.
this. Insert into, I'll copy this statement. Insert into salary, and this is the salary that I want to give 98, right? And let me just copy this with 9898. Okay, is there any doubt? Now I know that this particularly columns value, this rows value and this rows values are both are different, right? But if I just run this, and let me just run this, select start from Noida student detail, and it will fill this particularly salary with this all zeros so that it looks symmetrically or uniformly. Yes or no, Mohit? Any doubt? Because you know
No,
that you can just simply put multiple zeros just before any number. There is no such change in magnitude. Yes or no? So in this way, we can maintain uniformity in any column, right? Shivani, any doubt?
No, sir.
Good. Okay, so suppose I want to put, so guys, this B is for binary data. Suppose I want to make this column as a binary column, there is no such requirement of this, right? This is very important, candidate, generated column, right? How I can particularly use this? Let me just show you. Suppose this is my first name, first name, and this is my last name. Okay, Pradeep sir, this is my first name and last name, and I want to get a full name with this generated concept. So I can just click on this generate. Yes or no? I can just click on this generate, and I'll write expression there or here also. Any doubt, guys? No? So
no, sir.
what I can just simply write, I can use concate approach. So concate is a function. Let me just show you first the concate. What exactly the concate function is? CONCAT. Okay. Concatenate. CONCATENATE. select concatenate. And is there any concate function, right? Concate. And what exactly I want to concate? Suppose I want to concate this hello with this world. Okay, Mohit? If I just run this,
Yes, sir.
it will give me a complete answer, which is hello world, right? Can I use multiple values inside this? And if I just run this, it will give me the perfect answer, yes or no? So I want to make this statement as generate statement in which it will concate first name. It will concate candidate. Let me just magnify it. Concate first name, first underscore name, and then this string with the space. Yes or no, Mohit? Right? And then
Yes, sir.
last underscore name and close the bracket, right? Where is the magnifier, right? And this is my generated statement. Yes or no? Guys, any doubt? So can it, if I just simply pass first name and last name, this full name filled automatically because it generate the full name with the help of this first name and last name. Can I say this, Mohit? Right. Now, if I
Yes,
just
sir.
simply click on this apply button, this is the final statement because we have particularly added 3 more columns. So this is something like this, and this is the final statement like this. Generated always as. It says generated always as, and this is the fixed statement, Shivani. Got it? And what exactly
Yes,
this
sir.
statement is? You have to use concate function with first name. This is your first name. And candidate, I think there is like typo, this full name, right? So let me just remove this. First name with space, right? And then with last name, and it should be after the last name. Yes or no? Virtually. Because it's calculated automatically virtually. So this is the final statement. Just simply run this. I think there should be some error. Contact. I think I have used contact function. Why? It should be concate. It should not. It should not be contact. It should be concate, right? Yes or no, candidate? Why I am using particularly this contact function? There is no such contact. Concate. Concate. Let me just cross verify this. CONCAT. Yes or no, candidate? Concate. So this is the statement, right? Concate. And simply double click over there and click on this apply button. Now this one is perfect. Concate generated as always as concate with virtual after this. Yes or no? Okay, Shivani, got it? Mohit? Now click on this apply.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Now I'll just simply particularly insert a new records, right? So let me just particularly paste this statement so that you guys can practice. Select star from Noida dot detail, right? Guys, as of now, there is no such full name calculated. Why, Mohit? Because as of now, there is no such first name and last name. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Suppose I want to particularly insert a new name. So I'll just simply write insert into what exactly my insert query is. Insert into table name. What is my table name is? Student detail. Now this time I don't want to give student ID because this is already auto incremented, right? I'll use student name, comma, class, comma, candidate. I don't want to give student name also because I know that this student name is calculated with full name. Yes or no? Both name are similar, right? So I can just simply give class, and I don't want to give address also because it is default value. Let me just pass salary and first name and last name. Yes or no, candidate? Was any doubt? Insert into student details. This is your schema and this is your value. So class is 10th, salary is 1200 or 1234 like this. And first name is Akshay. First name is Akshay and second name is Shivani Kumar, right? Now I know that if I just run this and let me check my table, I'll get my final value, which is Akshay Kumar. I think this one is easy, guys. Yes or no, Pradeep sir? Any doubt? Can it? Why I'm getting this Akshay Kumar? Because this column values calculated automatically with the help of this first column name and last column name. Can it? Any doubt related to this topic?
No, sir.
No. Shivani?
No, sir.
Pradeep sir?
No, sir, no.
Pamay is not in class? Yeah, Pamay, are you there? Okay. So Pradeep sir, I think you are already familiar with this topic, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So candidate, in this way, we can particularly work on these types of constraint. Now it's your task to particularly work on these. All these rest one are very basic in nature. The most important one I have already explained you, right? PK, not null, and unsigned is very basic, that I cannot particularly give negative value, zero fill, auto increment, and generated. Yes or no? Shivani, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. So guys, in this way we have particularly work on this alter statement, right? In this alter way, we can work on any columns, tables, or any schemas that we want to particularly work on, right? Now, second topic is operators. Okay, operators is very basic. I think we guys have already performed these operators in Python classes as well, right? So there is arithmetic operator, right? There is membership operator. Okay, Mohit. There
Yes,
is
sir.
uh, like
Identity.
identity operator, but there is no such requirement of this, right? But although I can use is or is not null, right? So let me just write this identity, or I can use comparison operator. Okay, so all these operators are very basic in MySQL, right? So how we can particularly perform this? Select star from world dot country where population, arithmetic operators, right? Arithmetic is something this. So I can just simply say I don't want to particularly select star. I want to particularly call select population. Okay, Mohit? Select population from world dot country. Run this. So this is your population. Let's subtract 1 lakh from each column, right? I can just simply run this. Is this working? Yes or no? I can just simply use any arithmetic operation. Yes or no, Mohit? So plus, minus, division, subtraction, you can just simply use any of topic, right? Yes or no, candidate? Comparison operator. I can just simply say select star from world dot country where, with the where statement, right? Where is used to particularly filter the records. Where my population is less than is equals to 10. Can I say this, Shivani? Yes or no? In this
Yes,
region,
sir.
particularly, I have the population less than 10, and all these regions are belongs to particularly Antarctica and Africa or Oceania continent. Mohit, anything? Doubt related to this? No. So again, because we have less than is equals to, don't you think we have greater than is equals to also? Yes or no? And now this time I want to particularly say more than 100 CR. Once 10, 100,000, 10,000 lakh, 10 lakh crore, 10 crore, 100 crore. It will just only give me two rows, which is India and China. Pradeep sir, any doubt? Candidate, suppose I want to
Yes, sir.
particularly pick all particularly continent if it is belongs to Asia and North America, right? So in that case, I'll use membership operator. So select star from world dot country where, suppose Mohit, continent is continent is what? Asia, right? It will just give me the single values, right? Which is Asia continent. Yes or no? Pradeep sir, any doubt? Mohit, Shivani, candidate, any doubt?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Suppose I want to particularly call multiple values, so I can just simply say where continent in Asia, and let me just write Europe also, Europe, and now this time it will give me two different values, which is from Asia continent and as well as from Europe continent. And in this way, Mohit, you can give multiple values. Yes or no? So in, suppose I want to particularly make this statement opposite. I can just simply write not in. Yes or no, Mohit? Give me star from world dot country where continent not in this Asia and Europe.
In the
It will just give you rest values, which is North America, Africa. Suppose I also don't want to include this North America. I can just simply write not North America, and it will give me the rest values, which is Africa, South Africa, Oceania, and Antarctica. Shivani, any doubt?
No, sir.
And suppose I want to fetch null values. Suppose I want to fetch those rows which particularly has null values, right? So is null. So select star from world dot country where in deep year is null. Okay, Shivani? And it will give you all null values, right? In this way, you can use is a statement, right? And suppose I want to reverse this statement, Mohit, I have to just simply give
not one.
is not null, right? It is
Yes.
very basic and same as English language, right? Is not null. Now it will give me all the values which indeed pair has not null values, right? Shivani, any doubt?
No, sir.
Good. Can it? Uh, can we particularly work on this different condition which is called logical operators and or not? And I think we are already using this not operation, right? What exactly you understand with this concept, right? And operation. We can particularly combine two or more
Two or more
conditions
column.
to give a certain result, right?
Yes.
Suppose I want to particularly fetch select star from world dot population where continent should be continent must be Asia, right? And that indie pair should be null. Okay, Mohit? Indie pair is null. Let me break this in multiple line. And I want to call this for only where and population less than 1 CR. Okay, Shivani, any doubt?
No, sir.
Now, if we just run this, table world dot population does not exist. Okay. Why I'm calling this world dot population? It should be world dot country, right? Okay. And unknown column INDEPR, INDEAP. I think it's like INDEP. I and DEP in DEP. Yes or no? Now, particularly because we are calling this multiple end statements, it will just only give you the selective result. And here you can see that this all 3 or 4 rows, Asia continent, right? And population is less than 1 CR, and independent is null. Yes or no? And you can again, Shivani, say and life expectancy must be greater than 80. Yes or no? Life expectancy greater than is equals to 80. Can I say this, Pradeep sir? Now this time it will only give you one result because the life expectancy is this. And if I just simply ignore this end statement to or statement, what do you understand by this statement, guys? It will either give any of the result. Yes or no? Whether the continent is from Asia or not, whether the independent is null or not, the population satisfied or not, or the life expectancy fulfilled or not. Yes or no? So or conditions can be used to particularly match multiple conditions. And condition only be used if you want to fulfill all the conditions. Any doubt, guys? Candidate, any doubt related to this? Candidate, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So candidate, our today final topic is like operator. Like operator. Like operator. So suppose Mohit, I want to fetch country name which starts from N, right? So I can just simply write select star from world dot country where name like within quotes you have to give n
And
percentage. N is
yes,
your meta character, percentage is your meta character, right? N is your basic character and percentage is your meta
meta
character.
character.
It will try to give you all the country name where it starts with N. Yes or no? Shivani, any doubt? Let me
No,
make it
sir.
NEW. It will just only give you the New Zealand and New Caledonia, right? If it starts with NE, it will give you the rest result. Yes or no? It's very easy, right? Right. And where you will particularly use this type of statement in industry scenarios. And this is the best example, Amazon. If I just simply write any statement S, it will try to give me the all patterns related with S. Yes or no? S23, S Samsung smartwatch S23. Pradeep sir, any doubt? If I just write
No.
IN, it will give me all the result, right? Because
Yes,
because it's work on like operator.
like operator.
Okay. So Shivani, instead of this, if I work like this, percentage S, what exactly it says? Percentage is
Ending.
any character, but it should be ends with S. Yes or no? Shivani.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if I just run this, I'll get all the country name, Pradeep sir, which ends with S. Instead of S, can I just like this ing? Is there any country name which ends with ing? Okay, let me check with ES. Yes, we have lots of country names. Okay, let me check with D. Okay, yeah, we have two countries, which is Hong Kong and Luxembourg, right? Candidate, very easy. Okay. Suppose candidate, particularly I don't want to give all character, but I want to give the possible characters. So let me just give country name which consists 5 character. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What could be the possible country name? Candidate. This is like something fill in the blanks. Select a star from world.country where name like 5 character. Underscore each individual underscore represent single character is there, right? If I just run this, there are list of countries which exactly 5 characters in length. Yes or no? Egypt, Spain, Gabon, Ghana, Haiti, India. In fact, India as well, right? Italy, Japan. Pradeep sir, any doubt?
No.
Okay, let me change this. There should be R in between of these and 2 characters just left of this and 2 characters just right of this. If you just run this, is there any country name? Yeah, of course. We have country name which is Syria, and you guys can particularly find this R is in middle of this area. Yes or no, Shivani?
Yes, sir.
Right? So this is something like very basic fill in the blanks which we have already performed in our old school days, right? Pradeep sir, any doubt?
No,
Now,
sir. No.
what exactly this statement? NE underscore percentage, Shivani?
Sir, it should start from NE
Huh.
and it should have three letters in the first word.
Right? And
And
the
then,
rest can be anything, right? Okay.
yes,
If you just run this, of course, you will find the same result, right? NE with some third character and write something like this. Okay. So I can just simply ignore this also, right? Okay. Pradeep sir, any doubt?
No, sir. No.
Okay. So guys, today we have particularly performed different scenarios, right? Alter table and like statement and comparison statement as well, right? So guys, this is enough for today. In next class or in tomorrow's class, we'll definitely work on order by, right? Group by, limit, ascending, descending concept, right? Aggregation function and so on. Okay, candidate? Candidates, any doubt if you have, let me know. Rahul, Rohit, Pradeep sir?
No, sir. No.
No. Okay, guys. So, like, I think it's enough for today, right? So, I'll definitely share this code in WhatsApp. And so, shall I stop the recording, candidate? Okay. Or is there any question? Pradeep sir? No?
No, sir. No.